Welcome to Research and Evaluation Classroom. This tutorial is about using Dedoose to analyze qualitative data. Dedoose is an affordable qualitative analysis software which costs about $15 per month for an individual, and there is a discount if you're a student. So this is much cheaper than, say, NVivo, which costs over $1,000 for a license. However, if you conduct qualitative analysis very frequently, especially of large sample sizes, for instance 30 and up, I would recommend investing in the NVivo license because of the extensive features it offers. In any case, there are several similarities between Dedoose and NVivo, and so this tutorial will be helpful to you even if you decide to later on transition to NVivo. And I will make another video showing you how to analyze qualitative data using NVivo so you can see the difference. So this specific video will show you how to do open coding and axial coding. Now, open coding is whereby you read through your data or text several times. Then you start to create preliminary labels for chunks of data that summarize what you see happening. And axial coding is whereby you then identify relationships between the codes. So there are a few things that you should do before you even start the coding process. First, you should read the text or transcript a few times and start to develop labels or codes capturing the key ideas. And also, second, develop a very thorough understanding of your research questions and even begin to envision a structure for your report. You can then code with this overall structure in mind, and even during check-in meetings with your client, advisor, or the people you report to, you can share your preliminary findings based on this preliminary structure that you're working with. And you can ask them for feedback on whether there are any big topics you're missing. That way you can, update your coding structure depending on their feedback. But it's very helpful to go into the coding process with the end goal in mind and the key questions that you'd like to answer. And another tip as well is oftentimes the interviewers' questions inform your code. So what I tend to do is whatever the interviewer is asking, I code that as a separate code, unless of course it's a probing question, but each big topic. And I will just show you right now what I mean. So here is my practice transcript. And you can see here it was from a key informant interview. And so I would read this transcript just in Word and putting in bold what I see to be the big topics that are being addressed. And the research question for this project was answering, what role women play in the community and in the household, whether or not women have a voice in the community and household, and domestic violence, the causes and conflict resolution mechanisms that exist. So it was really for a women's empowerment project. So women were the focus. So I read this transcript and bold the key topics like I was saying. And it's who control the resources in the community, who controls the resources in the family, and on and on and on. And then once I've done that, and really as I do that, I like to work with multiple screens so that as I'm reading, I'm creating a preliminary coding structure. So first would be a code would be women's control over community resources. And I'd already start to envision how I would like to report this information. And I'm thinking I'd like to say X% of respondents said yes, women have control over community resources, and X% said no. And so even as I create my codes, I already have the analysis in mind. It's very helpful to do that. Okay. So once you do that, you go into Dedoose. I'm in Dedoose now, and when you first open it up, this will be your home screen. You want to go to projects and create a new project by clicking on this plus button here, and I'll just call it research and evaluation. Classroom. Submit. Now the project has been added, and then you'll want to see your within that project, research and evaluation classroom, and then you'll want to import your transcript or transcripts if you have many. So we go to media up here, we go to plus, and we add in our text. My text is in Microsoft Word, so I'll import text, but as you can see, you can import a variety of different types of material. Practice script. And the transcript has been uploaded. So here it is. So you can see if you click on it, you can read the full transcript. Now let's just talk about descriptors. Descriptors are the demographic characteristics of your respondent, in which case I have my demographic information here. Now it's important to link the demographic characteristics to your transcript so that later on in the analysis, you could, for instance, say most of the respondents in this county called Bong believe that women control the resources in the community, you know, or you can provide an analysis of the difference in perceptions between males and females, or treatment and control group. And so it's very helpful for analysis to do that. Now we go to descriptors here, and then we want to create a new descriptor set, basically create a folder for your descriptors, and I'll just call it practice set. Submit. And then you'll want to set the fields, and here's where again it helps if you're able to view multiple screens to just have it open and refer to your demographic characteristics. I know I have county, okay, and I have 2 counties in my full data. I have Bong County and Nimba. Okay, add, and then we click submit. Then we just add a second one, sex, male and female. Add and before I hit submit, you will notice that the default here is option list, which will be a drop down menu for a few variables, but you can also enter demographic characteristics as text, number, date, or time, so you have the flexibility. Click submit. Okay, and you do this for all your demographic characteristics. Once you do that, you want to now link these demographic characteristics to your transcript. And so you go to media, and here you'll have a list of your transcripts. In this case, I only have one, but you'll want to link each one to its specific demographic characteristics. So you go to descriptors here where it's 0 right now because I don't have any demographics linked. Click on it and create and link descriptor at the bottom here, and it's Bong and it's male, and submit. Okay, now it's linked and it shows a 1.